Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Totally Local.
What's happening?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Leo gets mad when I don't introduce him first. He's told me last time and many times. Hello, Leo.
Hello.
With me always is my lovely co-host Leo. This week we have the enigmatic, the well-rounded, the prolific. Is that the right word? That means like a lot of stuff. You do stuff.
I'll take enigmatic.
All right.
I wasn't sure. I didn't think I was gonna get that one. I'll take that one.
Anyway, it's Colin Carhart.
What's happening?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Good.
Just psyched to be here.
I'm glad you can make it.
Have you been here before?
I have not. This is a really cool room. A lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff to look at.
That's what everybody says.
Let's do this.
We ran into you a few weeks ago, a month ago maybe. We were doing Music Month, and I was like, this will be good.
Yeah, I ran into you guys outside of House of Independence when I saw Taylor outside.
Yeah, everybody is like, once you start to like get to know people, then it's like, oh, you know him, everybody knows each other.
Yeah, and you've had Mike on, and
yeah,
I did that movie with Taylor. And
what was the name of the movie you did with Taylor?
He was the lead. It was
Did they
bring out.
put you on the spot, man? We'll Google it. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Somebody will comment and to let us know. Is it the new the last
bring
one
out
you
the
did,
dead
right?
one.
Barry the anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna get some shit for that.
Are you like, do you have a major role in this?
I played Taylor's brother.
Okay. You had a couple lines?
It was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sure he'll be fine.
He was great. He and Biff were great in it.
There you go. Recovered. I met you first, and I think when me and Mike were DJing at Asbury Yacht Club.
Yeah.
And there were some crazy times there.
There definitely was.
Especially in the summer.
Especially in the winter.
The winter was when there was one, I think it was in the spring, and I'm pretty sure that we were responsible for the reason, maybe I'm boasting too much, but I think it's the reason that the yacht club considered having security, because there was a night where remember the guy showed up with Dad on a Mission?
Yes.
And there was some
That's what I was calling him, right?
Yeah, like
he was about to have a child.
Yes.
Or second child.
He came up on his bike.
Yeah.
And there were some giant, I don't want to say unsavory. I don't want to use the word thug-ish.
They were men who were one who was freshly out of jail.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. There you go. So this Dad on a Mission rolls up on his bike. We were like, it was like the end of the night.
On a mission to get wasted.
Yeah, he was succeeding.
He's like, I'm about to have a baby. I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So wait, so this was at the yacht club.
Yeah, this
one
was
of your
the yacht
DJ
club.
nights.
Yeah.
Okay.
And me and Mike were DJing.
And you're bartending there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It might have been you and Sam Bay might have been there.
It was me and Sam.
Yeah, it was usually, you guys were usually there on those nights. But so the guys who were very polite, they were cool. They were there for like the end of the night.
They were a little scary.
They were scary, but they didn't like do anything.
They were saying some weird stuff to Sam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I made the mistake at that night at one point is I put on How Do You Want It? And it was like it was too much because everyone wanted it real rowdy that night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I
and
remember.
I was like, I remember playing.
I love that song.
I love that song too, but like it's when everyone's like lit and having a good time, everyone loves that song.
I think I came up and I was like, dudes, you going? I mean, can't.
Yeah.
It's just me here. It's just me.
That's what. Yeah, I made a mistake, and I think I just kind of faded it out like after a while, and then put on like fucking the B-52s or some shit. But anyway, so it was the end of the night. Everybody was leaving. There was only stragglers left. I think my girlfriend, my wife now, but my girlfriend at the time, she left already. Thank God. And these big guys were like walking out the door, and this Dad on a Mission, for whatever reason, he said, "Don't steal my bike." He said, "And don't steal my bike." Everyone was like, good night, and then he said, "And don't steal my bike."
I had the door halfway closed.
Yeah, you were.
He had fiery red hair too. He looked like he had punch me face for sure.
Yeah, he looked like a target.
I was like, no.
Yeah, he looked like a walking target. And it's like Dad on a Mission. I'm like, you're just setting yourself up. So we had to like, I remember, I don't know. I went into this mode where I like walked up to the bigger guys because I don't know why. I mean, I'm an innocent bystander. You're gonna punch me in the face? You might. It's happened before. But anyway, so I'm like, wait, hold on, like just trying to like comment, and you were saying stuff, and everyone was saying stuff, telling the guy to shut up too.
Oh yeah.
And they finally calmed down, and then the guy was still talking shit.
I would have
after
took
they
his
left.
bike.
Huh?
I would have took his bike.
They were gonna take his life. They were gonna stab him with his bike. Like it wasn't cool. Like don't do that.
I'm
At
taking
this
his
point, I probably would have let it happen.
Just
But
to-
then I was like, no, things need to go peace.
I just wanted to make sure that we could do this, keep doing the night after that. But I was like, I'm sorry I put on Tupac. I'm sorry this guy showed up, but no one got hurt that night. So you
No.
did.
Wait a minute. Why aren't you sorry about the dad
What?
who's starting trouble?
He was a punk. I'm not.
You said, I'm sorry I played Tupac. I'm
Yeah.
sorry about the big guys who were there.
Oh, you think I'm victim blaming? I should blame the redhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything. They didn't do anything negative so bad that I haven't done on a night.
No, they were actually very cordial, especially at the end of the night when they could have murdered that man.
It was just a cocktail of
I yelled
aggression and stupidity.
I yelled at that. I
would've
reprimanded the
I would
ginger
have
at
been
the end of the
laughing
night.
in the corner.
You would have been. I would have been. I would
I'm
have been like,
surprised
oh,
I wasn't
man.
there.
Yeah, no, it was like dead end of like dead ass, and like I think you were doing the guy a favor. You're like, or he took somebody's shot. There was a shot laying out, and he
Wow,
like
great
took it.
memory. You
Yeah,
really did.
I have one of those weird memories, but and like I yelled after they left. He said some other comment. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? That guy they would have broken you in half. They would have beat the shit out of you.
Maybe it was like one of those things in the movie when they go and they're specifically looking for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they look like they were out to have a time, some kind of a time. Anyway, and my whole point of that, what are you trying to do?
Nothing.
Good
Nothing.
times.
Go.
Getting me distracted. Is it too taut?
No,
is it too taut?
I was.
You're distracting me.
No, go
I got
ahead.
ADHD. So that's anyway. But the whole long story of that was that's when I first met you.
I'll chalk that up as my first official memory of that.
The whole DJ nights
meeting.
is when I started. Anyway.
Are you gonna go back there and DJ again? A
I'm kind
reunion
of-
show?
I'm kind
when
of
your album
retired.
comes out?
I saw Pete Mantis the other day. He's like, hey, Andrew Top Hat, better than Bottom Hat, right? Oh, I'm like, all right, man, it's good seeing you, Pete
Wow.
Mantis. Yeah, he has a line for everybody, I
It
think.
really does.
But he wasn't. I ran into him one night at Langosta, and he just wasn't a fan of the night. So I don't know if he'd ever be doing a DJ show. And plus, I'm retired, so I don't know. But we'll see. Keep your hopes up.
You're not retired.
I'm semi-retired.
Some kids
I'm
pissed
like
you
Tina
off.
Turner.
You took a year off, and now you're ready to come back.
Anyway, so
They
that's
were grown ass men. They were scary. They were scary.
they were
dudes.
they were.
They were scary.
The
dudes.
funny part was with the garage. Like you had the garage door like down, and I don't know if they touched it, but they definitely like walked by it too. Anyway, the whole point of me bringing that up was doing those nights was when I first, we started talking. We bonded over Ween.
Yeah.
Ween.
I know you from your band Wreaths. It's not the Wreaths. It's just Wreaths.
It's just wreaths.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are still performing.
We're on an indefinite hiatus. I'd say
Okay.
right now.
Just
Alright,
like
cool.
you and DJ.
Yeah. See, you don't know. It's open ended.
It's like we're not broken up. But
Uh-huh.
There's nothing on the books.
Nothing going on.
What do you
now.
play? Drum?
Yeah.
All of
you
them.
look like a drummer.
I'll take it.
And you also, I don't know if it's like a summer thing, but you were DJing with your friend Sam Bay from the Parlor Mob doing Princes of Tides.
Yes, we do Princess of Tides.
Did that? I saw recently you guys are doing shows now.
We do every Monday on the beach at Anchor's Bend,
Boom.
1 to 5.
There you go.
p.m.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's the best gig ever.
That's like no one, like you're just playing like just.
Summer jams that make you want to stay there and keep going.
What made you guys kind of come together and do that as like a DJ duo?
He and I lived together for a long time, and we, our bands would play together when he played with Gods, and sometimes he would sit in. We do 2 drum sets,
Mm-hmm.
and we did that for a couple times with Wreaths. And he's just my homie, and they asked me to DJ down there on the summer.
It's more fun when there's somebody hanging out.
Yeah,
you know?
and especially when his taste is a little different than mine.
Oh yeah.
So just to, it works with both of us. I
Peanut
think
butter and jelly. It just came
Exactly.
together.
Totally.
What would you say your taste would lean towards, and what would his lean towards?
I definitely have a deeper, like, older rock and roll type thing going on, and he has some new, newer, like Tame Impala-y,
Okay.
that kind of thing is him.
Is it more like is there any like throwback hits, or is it just all like just?
Oh yeah, we got a throwback.
Uh-huh.
We both like the 80s
Yeah,
stuff.
well, that's what Princes of Tides. I'm thinking like some kind of like not yacht rock, but maybe yacht rock adjacent.
Oh, totally.
Kind of like Coconuts and Sea Breeze is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but
You
then
know.
we'll get a little weird with it.
Okay, yeah, well, that's cool, and that's a great. You got Mike Merrill bartending over there too,
Yeah,
right?
it's
so,
fun.
Oh man,
So
we
this
gotta
is
go.
Mondays 1 through 5. 1 to 5.
Uh-huh.
All right.
That's
I'll
cool.
check it out.
Yeah.
We were doing Sundays,
Mhm.
7 to 10 in the beginning, and there's just nobody out on
Yeah.
a Sunday night.
7 to 10. They're just,
Yeah, I mean, everyone that's out on a Sunday, it seems like their standards are way down. Like they maybe didn't get laid on Friday or Saturday, so there's just people out there kind of lurking. It's like
You need to play some lurk
It's a
music.
different vibe. Monday is people that probably worked all week, maybe have the week off.
Epic shouts to Taylor Allen, who's actually listening. Raising the Dead.
Yeah,
And
Taylor,
he's
I'm
writing.
sorry.
He's writing in all caps. He said, "Colin, we shot that film 8 years ago. How could you forget?"
That was 8
So-
years ago?
That's what he says. That
was 5 years ago.
And we got DJ Uncle's nephew on there too. He's writing in all caps. People are talking. Hey, what's
People
up?
are
What
bro?
up, Taylor?
I as far as you put on shows too.
Yeah.
Under Carhart Presents.
That just started happening, yeah.
But I mean, you got to call it something.
I figured if I was putting shows together and they were doing well, I might as well have my name on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's what it's called. So whatever it is.
What do you
that
mean
you're-
putting on shows? Like
Putting a show together.
okay.
And how did that come about?
Just probably because for Wreaths I booked the majority of our shows, and then I was the main one who lived like in town, and I would just be the one to get the ball rolling most of the time.
Would that start? You used to to my knowledge, you did one of the first like local summer kind of events that happened around here.
Yeah, Indian Summer.
Yeah, and that started in 2013, 2014.
13. I
Okay.
think. Yeah. 13.
And I mean that was as far as like anything happening to celebrate the fact that like there's locals here and it's still friggin' awesome out and there's nobody here. That seemed like the first kind of events that were happening.
Yeah, I went to. Do you remember the very first Race of Gentlemen? That was in
Oh
Allenhurst?
yeah, that was cool.
It was super cool.
I'm not a car motorcycle man. I don't know how to.
I'm not either, but I mean I am peripherally.
They were like bombing their cars like down the beach, down the motorcycle, like in the water and stuff. Anyway, so it was
on a perfect fall day.
Yeah.
And everyone was out, and it was amazing to sit there and have some beers on the beach and watch some cool shit go down.
Yeah, and then I guess it was too much fun, so they stopped.
I think they just couldn't do it there. Hurricane Sandy, they were gonna do it there.
Uh-huh.
Hurricane Sandy happened,
And
and the beach got eroded.
So that kind of gave you the idea about this idea of like after the summer.
Yeah, and I think that Christmas or something, I saw the tree in Convention Hall in the middle, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to do a show there."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I threw a show in the middle there, and about 400 people came.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. We had snow falling on my band while playing a Pink Floyd cover.
Oh, nice.
Inside, like fake snow.
That is so cool.
And then the next, they put the bar on the beach the next year.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time ever. There was never like you cannot drink on the sand. That was the first time.
Well, how did they have to like get some law passed to?
I think so.
Drink on the sand. They cordoned it off. It's all it's all good. But what's it called? My favorite. And then you did the first one, and then like the best time I think I've had as far as a concert in Asbury Park on the. I mean, it might have been my most favorite one was the Dean Ween group when they fucking killed it on the beach.
That was really crazy.
I was right in the front.
I did mushrooms. I did some sort of drug like that, which I don't normally do.
Uh-huh.
And I remember being freaked out during that whole show, just like
That
sitting
was
in
the
the
third
back, like bugging out.
They did. I was right in the front, and I had a blast because then you had Foggy Notion, Adam Worth were DJing like after the bands went on, and then I think was it your band was playing upstairs in the
Yeah, that year I think just so nobody would kind of get butthurt about anything, I was like, and then I'll put my band on last because I'm throwing the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also, I just had too many bands to put on, and I needed to you're kind of splitting your crowd with that and the people dancing downstairs. But it was just the best.
At that point, it was so surreal, and then the music like echoing and stuff. It was upstairs. It was pretty wild. I don't know.
And the tents and the fire on the beach,
Yeah.
and people throwing like glow in the dark frisbees, and
I don't know if they'll ever kind of get it to that point, like with what you were doing was like that whole night was just so I don't even know what they're doing with that top area. They should be doing more with it up there, up in that convention hall.
I think it changes every year. The more people come down here and stuff.
So they can't.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just go down there and do my thing.
And then as far as Carhart Presents or the shows that you're putting together, well, let's take it back. Let's take it way back. When did you? Are you from the area? Are you from Monmouth, Ocean County?
Yeah.
So you grew up in where'd you
Grew up right on Highway 71.
Oh, right on.
Like right when you go from Spring Lake Heights into Seagirt.
Oh, cool. And when did you kind of descend upon when did you realize that Asbury Park was more than?
I moved out of here. I worked on boats, then moved out of here. I lived in Philly, and then came back, and then 9/11 happened. I was 22, and right after that, moved down with my sister to North Carolina. Lived in Wilmington for 5 years. My sister ended up marrying my best friend down there.
Interesting.
Well, he and I went to high school together up here. And then had to move back. And I grew up with Nicole Atkins.
Okay.
She and I were real close friends. So I came back, and she was friends with the Prom Mob guys. And was like, you got to meet my buddies.
Oh, cool.
And then that night, we went to some Christmas party in 05. And met Paul and Sam, and then just started hanging out with those boys a lot.
So would you say that the Parlor Mob or Nicole Atkins, were they some of the first people that were down here doing stuff?
Well, I was gone until 05.
Okay.
So there's a big chunk of years there that a lot of people are going to Brighton Bar or the Saint or the Pony that I was not here for. I was doing comedy down in Wilmington and doing
really?
movies and stuff. And
oh, cool.
hanging out with a bunch of bands there, and so that was the kind of crowd I was just used to hanging out with.
That's cool. So, as far as I was just looking on some group on Facebook, somebody posted pictures from 96 of Asbury Park. And there's a certain point, from 96 till I want to say 2000 something, 2004. It looks exactly like it didn't get touched for a while. It was just a ghost town. It was just here. And now we have all the shenanigans that are going on, now.
Yeah.
As far as where, as far as coming up and seeing where it was and where Asbury Park is now, do you see more happening as far as getting back some of that kind of crazy nightlife that was happening before all the people came in? Do you see that happening again, maybe more inland, or is it just a special time that's kind of...
I think that we were there for the last throes of the Dogtown years of Asbury Park. And there was so awesome and so fun.
Yeah.
But a little bit lawless.
Yeah, it was great.
And we were lucky to have had it, and I think it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of what's obviously here now is great.
Yeah.
It's just not this.
I mean, it's the march of progress.
So what are some of your places? What kind of shows do you have coming up that you've put together?
I have Ruby the Hatchet with 2 other bands from TP Records is coming up, and my good old friends the Babes. With their original lineup, James Riley, Wreaths and Babes used to play a bunch together. And then in July, we have Illiterate Light at the Saint. You ever see them? I think they're going to be huge.
Are they
it's
local?
a 2-piece band. They're from Virginia.
Okay.
I saw them play the Yacht Club last year. Then I was like, I'm throwing Indian Summer. If you guys have a day off, I can only give you $100. And they did come up and do it. The first band blew everybody away, and then they just went on tour, opening up for that dude Ryland Baxter and all this other stuff. Now they're signed to Atlantic. I think they're going to be fucking huge.
That's cool.
It's the biggest sound you've ever heard between 2 guys.
And they're going to be in Asbury Park. What was the date?
That's July 25th. Let me look at that.
What's their name?
Illiterate Light.
Okay.
Do you like so this
27th.
is this music is it more like is music putting like where does your passion lie? Because you said that you were involved in comedy and doing other things, so like is it in the idea of bringing people together, like entertainment, putting on shows? Is it music? Like where does it
I mean, I always really loved music. I used to go see tons of shows around here when I was a kid. And then I was just always like an actor that had a drum kit. I never had a band. And honestly, down south, I had a drum kit brought my drums down there. And while I was there, I was dating this girl who had friends from up here. She was from Texas. And then I remember she was like, oh, we got to meet up with my friends during this festival. And met up with one dude who I was in high school with. And he was like, oh, my band, he's like, we'll come over to your house. And then in that band was a dude named Ralph, who we partied all night, all weekend. I didn't see that dude for 8 years. And then I saw him in Asbury. I was like, I know you, dude.
Wow, that's weird.
And then it was Ralph from Wreaths. And he was like, oh, cool. Do you still have those drums? He's like, because we need a drummer. And we're going to have our first gig in a week.
They didn't have a drummer?
It was a drum machine and 2 dudes.
Oh yeah, I used to use a drum machine. You got to do what you got to do, like Ween.
So I was like, hell yeah, I still play the drums. I hadn't played in 5 years.
Uh-huh.
And then we just rehearsed twice, and then had a gig at the Trinity and the Pope.
Oh wow, somebody's got to do something with Training the Pope. I keep talking to people about that. It's a beautiful building.
Yeah, the place was really fun too.
Yeah. Oh, it's still there. It's just waiting for somebody to do something hopefully cool with it. So that's amazing. That's it. Kind of you just fell into place as far as having the band, being in the band, and everything.
That was my
going
first
on here.
band, first and only band.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, I was in another one after that. But I just needed a creative itch to scratch. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was at the time working on monologues to like go back to like an acting school or something in the city.
So do you have like monologues like?
I don't remember any right
Oh,
now.
I was gonna say, can you?
That would have been
Can
crazy.
you give us? I don't know why, but as a kid, I memorized The Fugitive, the scene where he jumps out of the tunnel and into that waterfall.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember all the words to the movies and stuff.
That would be my closest thing to a monologue.
All right, Colin. I want to play a game with you.
Fire.
The game won't make sense, but we're going to do it anyway, okay? The game is called Colin Can't or Colin Can, or Colin Can or Colin Can't. Right?
Okay.
So,
I think you just said that.
listen, the show's called Totally Local,
Yeah.
right? Jersey Shore. And if you do not know, and I'm sure you both do, Jams on the Stand begins this week. And I want to go through the lineup with you and see what you think about the bands that are playing. Now, you may say, Colin can get with that band, or Colin cannot deal with that, right? Okay. So,
What if Colin doesn't know the band?
well, then pass.
Okay. All right.
I think that I know Ed who books that show, and I think that all the stuff that he does down there is killer.
Gonna be great?
He's crushing it.
Well, then we'll go through the lineup, and everyone will listen to what bands are coming out.
Apparently, Colin can.
He can to all of them, probably. All right, 6:20 this week, we are opening up Jams on the Sand with Ron Artis, The Second, and The Truth. Know these bands?
Isn't he the one that got kicked out of a basketball game for biting somebody or something?
Yes.
Ron Artis.
I do the best
I can with him. Yeah.
Okay. Next week we have, or 6:27, we have the band After Funk.
Don't know them, but I like the name.
So you can.
Ken.
He can. All right. 7/4, July 4th. This is big.
Huh.
If I would have been on the show when we were talking about our top bands of Jersey, this would have the Jersey Shore. This would have been on my list.
You weren't here.
I was not here.
You were dying from Pizza Quest.
I was pooping.
You had bad pizza.
Well, it happens. Waiting on Mongo.
Oh, those guys are great.
They're local too, right?
Yeah.
They are local.
Good for them. They're playing that show July 4th.
Yeah,
That's
They-
crazy.
July 4th,
They-
Waiting on Mongo.
That's like
Jams on the Sand.
They're like they have like a lot of people in the band, right? Am I
Yeah.
thinking of it? Yeah. I think it's a big band. It's not a big band like a 20s band, but it's like,
I mean, it's
Like-
not like
it's got a lot of people in the band.
yeah.
All right.
I used to be way more into like the hippier jam band stuff when I was younger. If I was younger, I would have been at all their shows.
They are, yeah, they're a little. I like them a lot.
Like I used to go see Fish all the time and stuff. I stopped telling people that for a while.
You,
now.
yeah.
Now I just don't give a shit.
It's it's a bad like people judge. People are super judgmental. I mean,
About
people.
Fish?
Oh, in the Fish community they're judgmental,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
outside the Fish community they're judgmental.
I like to ride the line right in between.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
I was.
I don't. I mean, I like it sometimes.
I was telling Leo this a few weeks ago that me and him are probably the worst Fish fans because I don't know how many shows I've been to. I might not know all of the. I know the lyrics to most of the songs, but I don't know all the songs. I don't ever guess what they're gonna play, like their first song.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I always get this. I get this in more situations than Fish, but I get this. Like I'm with a group of people, and then like somebody I don't know will lean over to somebody I don't know and be like, "Is he cool?"
Wow, really?
Yeah, like
That's
I don't know.
weird.
I don't look like I don't know.
They just
What does that
assume I'm
mean?
not cool.
like I'm I don't know, like I'm a narc, like this 21 Jump Street, and I'm gonna like bust them,
What?
or
No,
I don't know.
I
Like,
don't
I
know.
look like a goofball. I don't know.
That's-
I've gotten that a couple of times where they've been like, is he cool?
Well, their fan base is really embarrassing
God.
and
Oh God.
and
You go-
obsessive, and I used to enjoy it a lot. I do still sometimes.
Mhm.
This past winter, though, I did walk out of a show halfway through, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm out.
Wow, that's bold.
I was at the Garden. I was just like, nah.
And you just left?
Yeah.
What did you just went home?
Yeah.
You stopped the train?
No, I drove.
Oh wow.
What Garden Summer Show?
bold.
The donut tour?
No, that was in 17.
Yeah. I forget.
I went to one.
Are you doing Camden? Are you doing any of the upcoming shows?
I never get tickets. I never have tickets, but I always one ends up always finding me. So
Music people, they know a way.
I'm assuming that I'll probably go to one.
I'm as far as Ween versus Fish, you
Ween.
would.
I think that argument is so fucking dumb.
No,
I
would say
hate
Ween.
it. It's only perpetuated because they started playing
No,
that
I'd say
song,
Fish. I'd say Fish.
and they're not alike at all, in my opinion.
But what would you rather go see?
It depends on like when.
Oh wow, you should run for mayor. You'd be very good at like, very supportive.
Well, I just went and saw Ween on my 40th at the Ryman in Nashville.
They covered 12 country greats, right?
Mhm.
It was pretty epic, or
Yeah, it was amazing.
I think I've seen so many Fish shows. I think I would like to see Ween.
I
Like real Ween.
I don't hate. I go to the Fish shows. I love Fish, but
I like Fish.
I'd pick Ween every single time, because it's just you know.
But I mean, there is a nostalgia thing to a Ween show where Fish is still like charging forward with
Yeah, I guess Ween.
with like new material and
It's post breakup, and they just seem like it's a good show, but it seems like they're kind of, I don't know, I could see them kind of not being happy with each other, but they're still doing it.
I mean, when they got back together, I saw that one show at Terminal 5 and the song Fluffy. I cried. Listen, look it up on YouTube, you guys. Ween Fluffy at Terminal 5.
So they still got it.
Unbelievable.
I think I saw them in Philly after they got back together. It was pretty good.
See, I don't remember any shows I've ever gone to. I've probably gone to 15 Fish shows at this point. 3, 4 Ween shows. I can't tell you where I've seen anybody.
Wow.
I don't remember that, and that's why people say I'm not a real fan. But maybe I just have bad memory.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes
right,
I leave
let's
shows.
get back
and
to my game.
Okay.
Colin can or Colin cannot
Let's do this.
on July 18th.
Can.
What's happening on July 18th?
I'm not talking shit about any band.
Midnight North.
I don't know who they
Yeah, I
are.
don't know who they
Can.
are.
July 25th, Spiritual Rex.
How do you spell Rex?
REX, like Simon Rex.
Can.
From MTV.
It's not WRE.
Or Tyrannosaurus.
Simon
Or-
Rex.
Yes.
Good pull.
Because he was just in the news for something.
What did he do?
I don't know, but every time I see him, I'm like, remember when he did porn?
He's friends with Riff Raff.
He has a very funny Instagram account.
Really?
Yes.
August 1st, Drama Rama.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, well, I just like it because it sounds like Futurama.
I mean, they're like way back, like
Yeah.
90s, like.
Can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A double can.
Are they local to the
I think
area?
they're in New Jersey.
Because I remember like at the Lanes, like way back in the day, they've played.
Even Fastlane. They used to.
That's crazy.
Yeah, old school Jersey.
My brother, I guess from listening to like 106.3 or something, like my older brother would listen to them, and I'd be like, they're cool, because he knew him. because I didn't know. I didn't have any taste.
Do you know who the Amish Outlaws are?
Should I?
Probably not. I mentioned the band last week. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows who they
All
are.
right, they're a band who covers music, and they are Amish, so they wear the hats and the overalls.
But they can't be real Amish, or they would be playing like tubs and like sticks and stuff.
I don't know what that means.
I guess they're Amish outlaws, so that
But
would
I
mean
think
that.
when you turn 18 as an Amish person, you have to like go out into the world.
Yeah, it's
and if you
Rumspringa.
decide to come back,
Yeah, get that
then you're-
Rumspringa on.
Yeah.
maybe they left and never
It's
came
never-
back.
That's why they're outlaws.
Well, oh,
Is it outlaws with a Z?
I don't know.
Okay, continue.
On 8/8, August 8th, again, this is the band's. What is this? This is Jams on the Sand.
Uh huh.
Oh, you know what we're doing?
Oh no, you doing like last year's one?
No.
What?
We're doing the after party at the Wonder Bar.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
These are the-
everybody.
wait, these
I have
are-
no idea who any of these.
These are
bands
all
besides-
these are all after party bands.
Yeah.
Why don't? Well, you could do the main thing, man.
Oh,
Yeah, Leo can't. Come on, now. Give
so
me a break.
what? These are some good.
All right.
New Kingston.
I
Do we
know.
know New Kingston?
Yeah, they're reggae. Hell yeah.
Okay. 8:15, Newton Crosby. No.
I don't know. Maybe is it related to any other Crosbys?
I don't know. 8:22, Travers Brothership.
I mean, the Wonder Bar is now run by their GM is my good buddy Joe Hibb, who was my partner in Indian Summer. So hell yeah to all that stuff.
Okay, and then the last one, People's Blues of Richmond.
Fuck them.
8:29. That's what I said.
Just kidding. Love you, People's Blues of Richmond.
Oh boy. So speaking of bands, local bands, we had this discussion a few weeks ago when Mike Merrill was on when Leo was deathly ill and couldn't make it, and Mike started naming these obscure new bands. Like I know like people that have been like Nicole Atkins that we were talking about, Remember Jones. Like there's people that have been around that I know because I'm not hip like you guys. So like. What are some newer bands? You know, you mentioned the Illuminate. What are they called?
Illiterate Light.
Yeah. So like, what are some other bands maybe that are coming or that are local here that are coming up or that you've heard of recently that you think deserve a chance, a listen?
I will say that I feel like that getting older, I don't give a shit as much as I used to. So there's some stuff that does fall by the wayside. And then I usually end up like missing a show and then be like, oh man, I do have to check them out. But you put me on a spot there.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying.
Something I'm excited for, which just got announced, was White Denim at the Saint, which is cool. Their new record is awesome. It's back to form. They went a little bit on the hippier side.
They're back to more rock now.
Just a little more like their progressive weirdness that was. They were sounding like they were going for jam band radio, and I think that's cool. That's going to be at the Saint. Last one was at House of Independence, and it wasn't like the
Not the
turnout
same
wasn't
vibe.
like amazing.
Well, it's hard in that place. It's like it's so cavernous, you know. At the Saint, it's more. I don't know. It's cool in there. It's like legendary in the sense of like there's been a lot of great acts that have.
And that sound when that room cranks, like you can't get away from it. It sounds like it's even behind you.
Where do you see yourself? You mentioned you see yourself like, as far as all this the Carhart Presents stuff. Do you see yourself pursuing that more as far as getting more involved in the music industry, or going back to fishing boats? What do you see yourself?
I mean, the fishing boat thing was a long time ago.
Okay, well,
that Carhart Presents stuff is because I have bands that just call me sometimes like, hey, we have this date. And I'm like, ooh, I would be really excited to see that. And be like, well, fucking no one else is gonna do that shit, so it's gonna be me.
And then, so when you're putting these together, are you looking at specific venues, or is it basically fitting the band to the right spot to play?
If it's closer to, if the date is far away, yeah, I can fish it around. But if it's like, hey, we have a show, an open night, and it's in a month, then I'll text everybody like, does anybody have a night open this night? Sometimes it's no.
Do you are you playing with any other bands now, or is it just Reeds, or like as far as drumming?
Just jamming with some dudes.
Oh, you don't have anything set in.
No, not right now.
What do you see your prospect? What do you see happening this summer? Where are you going to be? Where should we be?
Where should we be?
Yeah.
At Anchor's Bend on Mondays 1 to 5 to see Prince's Tides.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Any night that Merrill or Adam Worth are DJing.
I haven't seen Adam Worth's name on. I mean, I'm kind of like I fall into kind of your category of like if I catch it, cool. But I haven't seen Adam Worth. I haven't seen him doing any gigs.
Oh, tonight is fucking White Reaper at the Wonder Bar.
Right on.
That's a good show.
So
we play their stuff all the time at Princess Tides.
Are they they're not, are they local or are they not local?
No.
Okay.
They're kind of big.
Pretty big?
Yeah.
Is Joe he's doing Wonder Bar? Does he still do stuff like he used to deal with like the Beach Bar and
well,
then
they're
he used
all
to-
under the same umbrella.
Is it all Madison Marquette
Yeah.
now? So is he kind of just specifically in charge of Wonder Bar or is it just
I think that's a pretty big job.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I definitely can do it.
But yeah, the Dentist, who's great.
Mm-hmm.
Love those guys. They're opening that show.
I was playing because sometimes I'll just mess around in here like before we do the show, and I was playing Dentist like live on Facebook, and it says something to the band when Facebook muted me because they're like, we know this is Dennis. I'm like, wow, you finally made
really?
it. When Facebook recognizes you and mutes you, then you know you've made it.
Yeah.
You know? So congratulations to Dentist.
What kind of actor do you think that you like feel like you that lane? Are you a dramatic actor, a comedic actor? Like, where do you think
I did both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like? Did you want to do TV? Did you want to do movies?
I wanted to do movies.
Yeah?
I thought more character stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what kind of character? Because you mentioned before when I saw you outside of the House of Independence, you were talking about how you did another show and it was fun because you got to be a character. What do you think is like some of the characters that you would enjoy playing? What kind of characters? Are you talking about like? Go ahead.
When I was Taylor's brother in that movie, it was a kind of a big weird character. Bit of a drug addict, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I did improvs too, so there was, you have to be all over the map for that. And I did Shakespeare, kind of across the thing.
Can you understand Shakespeare?
Honestly, it does take a while. When you do rehearse it, break down the lines. What am I actually saying here? What is this going on? Yeah, I totally can.
Wow.
I did two shows, and you're rehearsing that shit for a long time.
Yeah.
In the last one, I had the first big speech, first and last line of the shows, and it's a lot.
I have no
But
idea.
do I like it? Not really.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why it's a thing, but
Not your
I'm
bag.
not going to see the movies and stuff.
Midnight North, by the way, is Phil Lesch's son's band. So just so everyone knows.
Who said that?
A friend of the show, Mike McHenry,
Okay.
wrote in to let us know.
Speaking of that, let me go over the real lineup because I'm sure everybody who was listening is
It's like, what?
yelling at me. We got starting off tonight, 6:20, the main squeeze.
Ken.
Percy Hill.
Can.
Zach Deputy.
Jack Zach
Ken. Oh, Zach Deputy, he's good. He's a looper.
So, he's a looper.
He goes up by himself with a guitar and a bunch of pedals and shit.
Did he do last year? I think I might have saw.
I think they do a no repeats.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I saw him at the American Beauty after one of the shows in New York.
I thought you meant like he's a looper, like Bruce Willis was gonna like descend upon the
Like-
beach and like shoot himself.
And have like black gold strapped to his back.
Exactly. Anyway, continue.
Southern Avenue. Brand.
I don't know. I have no idea who they are. I bet.
They're gonna like be listening. You know they're listening. They're like, you
Dude,
son
Ed
of a
crushes it. I'm sure they're all.
I'm sure they're all great. Brandon Taz Neerderarder.
What? Does it say
Oh.
Taz? Like Taz?
It says
that
Taz
kid?
that quote.
That
He-
kid fucking rips.
He kills it.
Really?
Oh my god. He's like this I mean he's probably older now, but like there's videos of him like he's a young kid and he just goes up there and you're like, all right, a kid, like good for him, like,
I don't
House
think
of
he's old
Rock,
enough to
great.
drink at all. Yeah.
And he just shreds. He's so good.
He's not old enough to drink? He's
No,
a
he's
kid?
a
I think he's
kid.
like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got like this like big like sideshow bob hair and like just kills it.
I might like to see that.
I wanted to see he play the Wonder Bar over the winter and I didn't go because I was just like, whatever. I'll sit
Yeah,
down.
I heard it was great.
Yeah.
Chris Jacobs on 725. And then 8-1, we got Peter Moore and the National Reserve.
That sounds like a big serious band.
A lot going on that day. 8-8 is In Young, not In Vogue, which is what I thought it said originally.
That would have been dope.
8:15 is Jazz is Fish. 822, Mystic Bowie's Talking Dreads. I guess I'll be at that show.
You think so?
I think I probably will.
All right.
That sounds like some reggae stuff.
Well, I'm thinking Bowie may be involved.
Maybe Bowie songs in reggae style.
Yeah.
With dreadlocks.
With dreadlocks.
I'll wear mine.
Okay. You got a wig?
No. Cat Wright and Bella Bartok close it up on 829.
829 is the last one, huh?
Yeah.
Jams on the Sand. That's another one that kind of grew from like just doing it. You kind of have to. Who was I talking to? I think we were talking to DJ Uncle's nephew last week, and it's like sometimes people give it a chance and it's great, but you really have to let these things kind of grow and like get bigger. The first one, I remember Jams on the Sand. When it first started. I mean, you have it on the beach. It's a Thursday. That's pretty friggin' great. But as time goes on, it's if you do it consistently, it's going to exponentially kind of gain.
Also, the jam band crowd, they go out and see this stuff.
They do.
They're not like I'll just stay at home. They're like I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna drink IPAs and I'm gonna spend some money and I'm gonna have a good fucking time.
Yeah.
Like,
just
as a person who've worked music venues, jam band crowds and reggae crowds are the best.
Do they tip good?
Yeah.
All right.
They're mostly happy to be there.
They're polite.
No one's a real asshole, and they're just super stoked.
We have it so good, especially on that like North Beach with Anchor's Bend right on the water. It's so friggin' beautiful there, and I don't think there's a lot of places you can't compare it to anywhere really else where you have that kind of a setup.
That's why it's so fun on those Mondays to just be like, okay, we get the keys to this joint right now. We get to control the vibe of this whole fucking thing. We just got a 1,500-watt subwoofer for us. So it's like,
do you play? Where do you when you set up? Is it on the top? Is it
sat
on the
on
beach?
the stage.
Okay, on the stage on the beach or like?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do you want to go? You want to go on Monday?
Yeah.
We bring
I'll
a
go.
tent. We bring a tent and.
Monday, I'll go. I'll do that. I'll do that at 1.
Oh man, we did the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
That was wild. That was a Monday.
It was a Monday and people were chilling?
Merrill was bartending by himself. He got fucking crushed. Like in a good way.
Yeah, nobody thought that anything was gonna...
There was tons of people there. Everyone had the glasses to look at it. We had our whole playlist kind of like, we had some
Black Hole
songs.
Sun?
I don't know if I did Fade to Black by Metallica when the fucking shit was getting covered.
Oh, really?
And crazy stuff like off of Live at Pompeii by Floyd. And
That's cool.
Blinded by the Light, of course. Doctor My Eyes.
And people were just into it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh man, see,
I
you
didn't even
can't.
think about that. I was looking at it from my window in my bedroom.
Oh, you should have been partying, man.
should have been
Did you have glasses on?
No, wait, I'm still here.
Can you see me?
I sure can.
Okay, all right, just checking.
Those people are lying, man.
No, I think it's bad for you. I
They
think
want you to
can't
waste money on glasses.
No, you could see it pretty good with the glasses.
Yeah, I mean, I just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Next eclipse,
I
just
think
be
it's
careful.
like 25 years from now.
I mean, I think anything like that when it's like a ton of people get together for a reason that's not a sporting event
Yeah.
is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I think that's I mean, yeah, we'll be there. I was talking to Merrill. We want to set up. We got to figure out the logistics of going on location. We want to do the podcast. We want to have people doing the music, doing whatever they're doing, and then we'll just sit in a corner. Like no one has to really pay attention to us, but we'll be out somewhere. So I'd definitely like to go check that out though on this Monday, as long as the weather's good. Weather wasn't good this Monday, was it?
They were building the stage.
Oh,
Gems
so
in the Sand,
okay.
which usually we're on.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the material that they had to build it was where we would set up.
Oh, so you just didn't do it.
And then there's people just shuffling back and forth. And I was like, oh man, we're gonna be in the way.
Yeah.
And it was not. It was like it might rain kind of day. So
You just skipped it.
yeah,
Did they set up the stage for Jams on the Sand and they just leave it up all summer, just on the beach?
I'm pretty sure it has.
I didn't know if they had to break it down and put it back together every single time.
No, it has. It's like footed by concrete in like 5-gallon buckets. I'm pretty sure.
There you go. Wow. So
What do you think about See Here Now?
Oh, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Are you going? Did you get tickets for it?
I didn't.
Are you interested in singing?
he's like you're like locked in though. You can get
You can
in there,
figure
right?
a way in.
Yeah, you know people.
He's a person who should never have to buy tickets to go see anything.
I don't think he does have to.
No, he definitely
You
doesn't.
seem tuned in.
You're totally tuned in.
Every once in a while, I'll buy some tickets to something.
but
to the garden. I mean, I know you have to buy them, but
Yeah.
I know what section I'm getting. You know.
Yeah.
but you could, know people
But-
who know people.
Yeah,
like,
well, I
that's
saw ELO last summer and I fucking cried my eyes
Where?
out at the garden.
Well, but that's the
you're
garden. Though. Like,
emotional.
in Asbury Park.
Music makes me emotional.
In Asbury Park, you don't buy tickets to go anywhere, right?
I mean, I haven't in a long time.
Right. Because you're, locally famous.
I think I'm just in this. I'm just one of the people.
You walk
Just
in
Accept it. Accept it. Everybody knows who you are.
I wouldn't say locally famous. I'm just in the scene.
locally
I
in
knew
the
who
scene.
you were, and
Yeah, but he's not
wouldn't-
saying like he's walking down the street. Some Vinny Bag of Donuts ain't gonna be like, oh, look
But
who it
Vinny
is.
Bag of Donuts don't live in Asbury Park. He lives in Staten Island.
I'd wear nicer clothes if I thought I was famous.
Yeah.
No, why? I would look like a trash
Man,
bag every
I
day
used
if I was
to
famous.
I used to have clout, but I can't. Like at the lanes when it was the lanes, and I could just walk in there and like
Yeah,
wouldn't
that was
even
so
like
fun.
it was awesome. But I haven't played since I had that nervous breakdown in the basement there. So I haven't DJ'd since then, and
I can get into. You know where I can get? I have the only place I can get anywhere is Purple Glazed Donuts, 2 blocks from my house. I can always get a free donut or two. Shout out to Purple Glazed Donuts.
shout out to Whoopi too, because he got me into Paradise. Like one night, like I forgot my ID, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna get. I'm like, I'm not gonna. It was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It wasn't even late, and I was like walking in, and I didn't have my ID for whatever reason, and he talked to somebody, and I just walked in for free. Good stuff. Shout out to DJ Uncle's Nephew, because I think that was the show that I saw him DJ at.
I always saw him Sunday.
Yeah, have you checked out the Berkeley? The new Berkeley setup?
I honestly just drove by it last night and saw the lights outside. It looks pretty
It's promising.
lit. I mean, that bar has always been cool.
The inside, I don't know what they're doing in there. The inside, the bottom where they used to have shows.
Yeah, that was
friggin'
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped. It just seems like people have this ability to like things get going, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, this is too cool.
Well, that was an answer to Sandy because Yacht Club was about to open that night.
Mm-hmm.
My band Wreaths was going to play the very last night at Trinity and the Pope, which was at Halloween. We were super psyched about that because we played a Halloween there before.
Yeah.
Where like everyone was on mushrooms in the whole crowd, and like it was just amazing. We had a fog machine. The smoke alarm went off. So then they started doing shows down there because all the other places.
We're just destroyed.
Yeah.
I was wondering why that happened. And then new ownership came in, and then they didn't do anything with Berkeley or with that down. What was the basement? I forget, Dolphin Grill or something?
Yeah, where the shows were?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then they just stopped. I guess it was new ownership
That,
or something.
yeah, they changed the whole thing, and it had a real trippy vibe, that place.
It was so cavernous, too, because they even, like, where the band would play, there was like more stuff.
Oh, my God,
it was
yeah.
it's so big. But I saw that they're starting to do stuff there. I wanted to go. There was nobody out there, and I don't want to talk too much shit, but like there was nobody out
What
there.
are you talking about?
When we went to go see DJ Uncle's Nephew, who has a residency there every Sunday, he's going to be playing there for anyone that wants to know. It's really cool. The pool's out there. It was a
Hey,
little
that's-
Was
cloudy.
that with Greg bartending?
I don't know. There's a
Does
gentleman
Greg
there
have
with.
very blue eyes?
Does he have
I
beautiful
don't know.
eyes?
I don't
Can you
know.
get lost in his eyes?
They're like scary almost.
I'm not sure.
It's,
Guy-
it's like Game of Thrones eyes.
It
Like so, he's been touched by a White Walker.
You want to hear a good story about the Berkeley, though? This
Yeah.
was in 2009. There was nothing going on, Halloween, and there was this company that were doing a Halloween party for, it was the Shining theme.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to bartend it, and all of a sudden the tickets just sold like crazy. Fucking 700 people were coming. So they had live actors playing the people from The Shining walking in. And the guy was like, Colin, I know you're going to bartend this, but we really need a Jack. Will you please be the Nicholson for the...
Oh my God.
I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. I was like, and that was just a crazy night.
Where was this at?
The big, huge ballroom at the Berkeley.
Oh my God! Did you guys take like a picture at the end of the night with everybody lined up and you in the middle?
Oh, it was crazy. There was twins, there was blood.
Oh my God!
People really got decked out.
Who put that on? Who put that together?
This dude Aaron, who I haven't seen in a long time.
It's so weird. People like come in and out of the scene, put some crazy shit on, and then they.
It was
just,
the
like,
only game in town at the time.
Oh man, it's so wild.
Yeah, it was one of those crazy Asbury nights, though.
So I don't know what happened when we went in. When we went in there, we went into the Berkeley, the pool,
Oh,
the pool.
okay, yeah.
and I was on the phone, and you guys were talking. You kind of waved to the DJ. You guys got waved in. So I don't know if there's a cover.
I don't know if there's a cover either, but I walked in. Someone stopped me, and I said, "I'm here to see the DJ," who happened to notice me. He was waving me to come on in, and they said, "Go in." So,
and then I went to go sit at. I went to go sit in the. There's like the cabanas are there, and I went to go sit in the like just the seat like right. There's nobody there. It was windy and cloudy, and these fucking guys came over and they're like, "No, you can't sit here." I'm like, "There's nobody here. Like, why are you gonna bust my bananas?"
but you know what? I will tell you this. I had never been there before. Even if it's $5 cover, which she says sometimes they charge, I would go there all the time.
I go chill there. It's nice. You're sitting by the pool.
You got food. You have drinks.
They should open
You
up
have
that.
a DJ playing music.
They should open up that Dolphin Grill again though. That was cool.
Okay.
I think they changed the whole layout in there.
It's all different.
I think it's a meat place. It's
What,
like a
meat
steak.
place?
Steak.
Not anymore. I think that place closed down.
What? That quick?
Also, the roof there is fucking sick too.
Really?
Yeah, you can go. You can get a drink from the bar and take it to the roof.
Like the roof?
Yeah.
Because I've been to like the Asbury Park town whatever hoopla event before, and that was swanky. But I didn't know you could go all the way up to the top.
Yeah, there's like chaise lounges, and I mean, as far as last summer, there was like huge chests.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Nobody
that.
up there.
What?
That sounds like the Asbury Hotel.
I'm gonna
It's
have to-
higher. It's higher than that, though. I think
Yeah. I'd rather go to the Berkeley. I want to check that out.
there was 0 people up there.
That's so wild.
Bring a jam box and kind of get your own thing going.
I'm gonna go do that, and they're gonna be like, "What are you doing up there?"
Having a gorilla
How did you
party,
get up
dude.
there?
Oh man. All right. Well, I think we about covered it.
Cool. This was fun.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you
good.
glad that you came?
Yeah, a little bit. Just kidding.
We did the best we
I
could.
can.
I can. Colin can.
Colin can. The most interesting segment Leo's ever brought to the table.
Oh, look.
Well, there you go, guys. That's another episode of Totally Local, where we bring in local flavor and spread it all over your ear. It's audio. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
No,
you,
thank
Leo.
you.
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you.
Till next time, everybody. Thank you, Shared Universe Podcast Studio. Thank you, Ming. Thank you, everyone, for
Thanks, Taylor,
for being here. Thanks for thanks for listening. Oh, you.